Hi everyone, how are you doing? This is Amanda Santos from the Amanda Santos VR channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm a Brazilian living in the Canary Islands, and I love sharing travel experiences, culture, and beauty from around the world. Today, I'm taking you to a truly enchanting place in Barcelona, Casa Batlló, a masterpiece by Gaudí that looks like it came straight out of a dream. If you love art, unique architecture, and places with magical energy, stick with me until the end. There's so much beauty to discover here. To get to Casa Batlló, I took the metro, one of the most practical and affordable ways to get around Barcelona. The lines are well connected, and at the time I went, it was super quiet and almost empty. It was perfect because I got there quickly and could enjoy the journey calmly, observing the rhythm of the city. As soon as I stepped out of the metro, I was already enchanted by everything around me. Barcelona has a unique energy. It's as if every corner is made of poetry. The majestic facades, the aligned trees, the wide, elegant streets, all of it made me slow down, just to take in every detail. I felt immensely happy to be about to experience up close yet another masterpiece by the brilliant Gaudí, truly one of the most extraordinary minds to ever walk this earth. His art isn't just visual, it's emotional. It touches, inspires, and invites us to daydream. As I walked along the sidewalks, looking up and admiring every detail of the architecture, I felt like I was inside a movie scene. Even the noise of the city seemed softer. Walking through Barcelona is, without a doubt, an experience in itself. I arrived right in front of Casa Batlló, and wow, how beautiful, how magical. What a feeling, just everything. You know that moment when you feel like you're standing before something truly special? That's exactly how it felt. The facade has such a powerful, unique presence that it feels like you're about to enter a parallel universe. I stood there for a while just observing, with my heart beating faster. The colorful details, the wavy shapes, the reflections in the windows, everything looked alive. The street had its own charm too. People passing by, bicycles, the sounds of the city blending with a soft breeze. Right at the entrance, they hand you a little device, like a radio, with headphones, so you can listen to the explanations during the visit. You can choose the language, and although there was Portuguese from Portugal, I chose to listen in Spanish. I feel more connected, and it comes more naturally to me. And even just by looking at the entrance, you can already tell that there's a different world inside. Something mystical, oceanic, almost like a journey to the depths of Gaudí's dreamlike sea. For those who don't know him yet, Antoni Gaudí was one of the most incredible architects the world has ever seen. Born in Catalonia in the 19th century, he revolutionized architecture with his unique style, full of organic forms, vibrant colors, and strong inspiration from nature. His works seem alive, as if they breathe with the city. Gaudí didn't follow rules. He created new possibilities. And Casa Batlló is one of the most impressive examples of his genius. A true invitation to imagine, feel, and dive into a world where anything is possible. Walking into Casa Batlló feels like stepping through a portal. As soon as I walked through the door, I felt like I was leaving the real world behind. The first rooms are already breathtaking in their details. Everything is curved, fluid, with no sharp angles. The stairs look like bones sculpted by hand. The handrails are soft and organic, as if polished by the sea. Natural light flows in intelligently, filtered through colorful stained glass that creates dancing reflections on the walls. It's impossible not to feel like part of something magical. Every step I took felt like I was inside a dream. As I moved through the floors, I noticed how everything had been designed with sensitivity. The stained glass in shades of blue reminded me of the ocean floor, and the inner courtyard was a show of its own, full of tiles that gradually change color from the ground floor to the top, creating a sense of depth and movement. It's as if the house has a soul. It pulses. Gaudí didn't just create a building. He created a sensory experience, the wavy ceilings, the unexpectedly shaped windows, the doorknobs that seem crafted for each visitor's hand. Everything is intentional. Everything is poetic. One of the parts that moved me the most was the grand living room, with its wide windows opening onto Passeig de Gràcia. The light pours in so strongly that it feels like it's blessing the space. I stopped there for a few minutes just to take it all in. It's a place that invites silence and contemplation. I found myself wondering what it would be like to live in a space like that, surrounded by art, beauty, and creativity every single day. The feeling was one of gratitude. Gratitude for being there, for seeing up close the work of an artist who wasn't afraid to be different. Casa Batlló was commissioned by Josep Batlló, a highly influential textile entrepreneur of the time, who wanted to transform the original building into something completely out of the ordinary. He entrusted the mission to Antoni Gaudí, who took on the project in 1904, and in just 2 years, between 1904 and 1906, radically transformed both the facade and the interiors. The result was so astonishing that it became a landmark of modernist architecture in Barcelona. The Batlló family lived there for many years, mainly on the noble floors, and the building came to be admired not only as a luxurious residence, but as a true living work of art. To this day, Casa Batlló continues to enchant visitors from all over the world with its unique beauty and fascinating history. Antoni Gaudí was much more than an architect. He was a visionary, an artist who dared to imagine the impossible and turn it into reality. His works don't follow conventional standards. They flow, they breathe, they seem like part of nature. Gaudí believed that everything in divine creation was harmonious, and his construction sought that same organic perfection. Among his most famous works are Park Güell, Casa Batlló itself, and of course, the Sagrada Familia, his most ambitious project, which is still under construction to this day. Gaudí dedicated the final years of his life entirely to the Sagrada Familia, living simply and fully focused on spirituality and art. In 1926, he was hit by a tram and died a few days later, being buried in the very basilica. His legacy, however, remains alive, not only in the buildings, but in the soul of Barcelona, which carries the charm, the boldness, and the brilliance of this master who changed the history of architecture forever. The tour ended in a super fun room with a 360-degree projection. I felt like I was dancing inside Gaudí's mind, surrounded by so many shapes and colors. It was simply amazing. Subscribe to the channel, share this video, and remember, there's content in Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, Russian, and English. I hope you enjoyed it. The next video is a visit to a very curious museum. Maybe even forbidden, I'd say. Stay tuned so you don't miss it. Thanks for staying with me until the end. See you soon.